The Great Depression, which began close to the end of 1929, lasted till 1939 when World War II began. The Great Depression is a milestone in world history which was characterized by the economic decline all around the world. This was caused by a decline in demand and a fall in prices.
The decline in demand resulting in closing down of factories and decline in production, which in turn led to decline in the purchasing power of the people. This has resulted in the demand going down.
This cycle of events resulted in massive unemployment and the real incomes of the people as well as the government reduced across the world. This entire process was initially triggered by stock market collapse in the US.
Due to the Great Depression, nearly 25% of Americans and 31% of people around the world were unemployed. With the factories getting closed down, the trade declined, and as a result, the cities too declined. Up to 60% of the prices for agricultural produce came down as a result of this, and many of the farmers became paupers and stopped cultivation.
Students, this Great Depression was the longest and the most severe economic decline that was faced by the modern economy. The social consequences of the Great Depression rapidly increased poverty, desolation, homelessness, etc. The economists and the politicians debated on the causes of the decline of the economy and the ways to resolve it and prevent it from recurring. Various groups of people had different ways of dealing with it. Well, the Marxist economists argued that such crisis was an essential aspect of capitalism and suggested that it can be get over only by establishing socialism.
Then there were economists like J.M. Keynes who argued about the role of state in dealing with such situations. He pointed out that the state had a pivotal role in keeping the economy going, and if there is a decline, the state had to intervene.
J.M. Keynes pointed out that in case the state did not intervene effectively, it would lead to a situation like the Depression.
In addition, he also suggested that during such times when the demand goes down, the government should invest money and generate employment. As a result of this intervention by the state, the economy will revive. But the governments of the capitalist countries during 1920s and 30s were unwilling to intervene and improve the economy. This had worsened the situation further. Roosevelt, who then became the President of US in 1933, introduced the New Deal or the 3 Rs.
Students, this package to some extent was successful in improving the economy and the way of life of people. According to the New Deal, relief, reform and recovery were the main areas of focus. The 3 Rs meant relief to the victims of the Depression, reform to the financial institutions and measures to ensure economic recovery by taking up large public works.
Roosevelt also introduced the highly needed Social Security system in the US. Under this, a permanent system of universal retirement pensions, unemployment insurance and welfare benefits for the handicapped and needy children in families without the father were provided.
Students, this has paved the way for the US welfare system.
On the other hand, Great Britain has already on the track of welfare measures. This means Great Britain had already taken steps for welfare even before Depression and when the war was still on.
The welfare measures of UK basically included unemployment insurance and old age pension schemes.
At the end of World War II, Britain also adopted large social security measures like sickness coverage, unemployment doles, health schemes, childcare, etc.
Students, the measures like these constituted the concept of welfare state.
In a welfare state, a state ensures a certain basic minimum dignified life for all its citizens. In addition, the state also took care of the most basic needs like food, housing, health, child and old age care and education.
In addition, in most cases, the state also took care of providing employment to the able citizens. Students, this was how the state tried its best to minimize the effects of market-based capitalism. Now, let us proceed to one of the most important parts, the rise of Nazism in Germany.